faculty members on the occasion of National Science Day. First of all, I would like to wish you all happy National Science Day. And so far as this National Science Day is concerned, which is the birth anniversary of Dr. C.V. Raman sir. Sorry, it's not the birth anniversary, but it's the Raman effect when that was invented. And on that thing, this National Science Day on 20th February we all celebrate. Okay, and on this occasion we decided to launch this activity, this small competition amongst the faculty members, those who are on the research track, and those faculty members who are actually they are on the research track, means they have completed their PhD degree, or some of them have completed their MPhil degree, or some of them have registered for the PhD degree. Means our PhD should not be like this, that leading to the PhD degree. The research should not be like that, leading to the PhD degree, but most of the time it happens like the same. We complete our PhD, then after we forgot the things, what to do next. So far as our publications are concerned, so far as our patents are concerned, so many things are there, but beside the busy schedule of ours, we cannot find time for the research purpose. But still, the beginning of this semester, as we started, beginning of this academic year, we conducted 3 research programs. And we try to motivate the faculty members for be on the research track, because as you know, in NAC also, in 3rd criteria of research consultancy and extension, we are badly lack in research publication and patent and minor research project, major research project, in that activities. So this is the occasion where we will motivate ourselves. This is the occasion where we can enhance the research capabilities amongst all the faculty members, and we present ourselves in front of the audience, in front of the same faculty members, that this is my research track, this is my poster. And after that, before 10th March, we'll have at least one publication, at least peer review journal or some journals. We should find out the information and we publish our research paper in that journal. Okay. One more thing that I would like to tell you on this occasion. Might you heard the word Dr. Dheer? Okay, ICER मधले एक scientist आहेत ते, Dr. Deepak Dheer, I think. He got the बोल्ट्समॅन मेडल. रिसेंटली मागच्या आठवड्यातली बातमी आहे ती. बोल्ट्समॅन मेडल त्यांना भेटलेलं आहे. नोबेल प्राईज ज्या पद्धतीने आहे, नोबेल प्राईज इतकंच महत्त्व बोल्ट्समॅन मेडलला आहे. तुम्ही आजच्या पेपरला बातमी वाचू शकता, दैनिक सकाळला बातमी आहे त्यांची. त्यांचा इंटरव्ह्यू घेतला होता. ही इज द फिजिशिस्ट, म्हणजे फिजिक्स आहे विषय त्यांचा, आणि स्टॅटिस्टिकल फिजिक्स आहे त्यांचा विषय. त्याच्यामध्ये नेमकं काय केले त्यांनी, तर त्यांचा विषय खूप मोठा आहे. पण अल्बर्ट, त्यांचा इंटरव्ह्यू जेव्हा घेण्यात आला, इंटरव्ह्यूमध्ये पहिला प्रश्न त्यांना विचारण्यात आला की रिसर्चर म्हणजे नेमकं काय, किंवा सायंटिस्ट म्हणजे नेमकं काय. तर त्यांना काही बोलता आलं नाही. पण अल्बर्ट आयझॅक न्यूटनचं एक वाक्य त्यांनी सांगितलं. त्या वाक्यामध्ये असं सांगितलं होतं की सायंटिस्ट लोक कसे असतात, एक महासागराच्या बाजूला बसल्यानंतर त्यांना एखादा शिंपला जर भेटला, जो आनंद त्याला होतो, सेम रिसर्चर आहे. म्हणजे एखादी नवीन गोष्ट जर आपल्याला करायची असेल, एक्झिस्टिंग काम तर बरंच काही झालेलं आहे, पण नाविन्यपूर्णता त्याच्यामध्ये जर असेल, एखादी नवीन गोष्ट जर आपल्याला इन्व्हेंट झाली बेस्ड ऑन आवर एक्सपेरिमेंटल वर्क, जर आपल्याला नवीन रिसर्च जर माहिती झाला, तर आपल्याला जो आनंद, आपल्याला जो सॅटिस्फॅक्शन मिळतो, दॅट इज व्हेरी नाईस थिंग फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, म्हणजे जे काही रिसर्च करतायत त्यांच्यासाठी. त्याच्यामुळं या प्रसंगी फारसा वेळ न घेता मी सर्वांना, हे जे काही 16 मेंबर्स आहेत, 16 मेंबर्सला प्रत्येकी 7 मिनिट दिले जातील. आणि बेल आणून ठेवणार आहे मी. 7 मिनटं झालं की मी बेल मारणार आहे. त्याच्यामुळं फार एक्सटेंड करण्याची गरज नाही, कारण आपल्याला माहिती आहे की आपला टॉपिक अवघ्या 7 मिनटामध्ये सोडा. मागच्या 4 दिवसापासून आपण तयारी करतोय. 4 दिवसामध्ये एवढ्या कमी कालावधीमध्ये होणार नाही, पॉसिबल नाही आहे, आपल्याला माहिती आहे. पण ज्या काही गोष्टी आपण कलेक्टिव्हली इन्फॉर्मेशन गॅदर केलेली आहे, आपला टॉपिक असेल, रिसर्च असेल, जो काही आपण इन्फॉर्मेशन आपण कलेक्ट केलेली आहे ते प्रेझेंट करा. त्याला आणखीन जास्ती वेळ घ्या, आणखीन बराच वेळ आहे तुमच्याकडे, आणि एक छानसं पब्लिकेशन आपलं या थ्रू होऊ शकतं. असं माझं म्हणणं नाही किंवा 10 मार्चपर्यंत नाही झालं तर तुम्हाला कुठली तरी पनिशमेंट मिळणार आहे, अजिबात नाही. पण तुम्हाला जर एक्सटेंड करायचं असेल टाईम तुम्ही करू शकता, पण प्रत्येकाला असं वाटलं पाहिजे की माझे पब्लिकेशन्स असावेत. ठीक आहे, या प्रसंगी एवढंच मी बोलतो आणि आपण कंटेस्ट आपण चालू करूया. फर्स्ट कंटेस्ट गणेश सर विल अनाऊन्स द थिंग्स. अँड माझ्यासोबत मी एकटाच नाही आहे जजमेंट देणारा, कारण पार्शॅलिटी होऊ शकते असं बऱ्याच जणांना वाटू शकतं. त्याच्यामुळे माझ्यासोबत आम्ही 3 मेंबर्स आहोत. 3 मेंबरचे नावं मी सांगणार नाही. मी एकटा आहे आणि माझ्यासोबत 2 जण आहेत. त्याच्यामुळं कुणावरही अन्याय होणार नाही. ठीक आहे, आणि याच्यामध्ये फार ते सरनी सांगितल्याप्रमाणे जे काही पुढच्या गोष्टी असतील त्या होतील. आय विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. थँक्यू वन अँड ऑल.
We start this research presentation competition on here. First of all, I would like to invite you Brilliant Different Officer, Mr. Fertilizer.
खाली थांबू.
कोण काय सर तुमचं?
हां कैलास.
तुम्हाला कुठं थांबायचं थांबा. PPT प्रेझेंट हे ऑनलाईन चालू आहे सर.
आहे का माईक आहे का तसा?
असं काही नाही बोलत. 7 मिनिटच आहे, त्याच्या अगोदर जरी झालं तरी वेलकम आहे. फक्त डेडलाईन 7च्या पुढे जाता का?
I consider this instruction for me as I am far away from the research domain, and with the due permission, with the due respect to all the dignitaries present over here, I am not the researcher. Let me first announce here, I have declared here, I am just going to decide or study something related to this topic, and later on I am going to have my analysis over this topic. So what is research exactly? I got to know about it, but I could not find all those papers related to this topic and could not come with the concrete solution, even though I am trying my level best to share some ideas related to these topics. So honorable principal sir and all the faculty members present over here, the topic name is role of social media in learning English language, or in English language learning. Okay, everybody knows what is social media. Social media is a platform where we digitally connected through different applications. These applications help us to share our ideas, thoughts, emotions, feelings, and through which we can exchange our ideas, thoughts, and these are something interactive technological platform through which we share our ideas, and this platform can be used for learning English. Especially why English? Because there can be some other subjects which can be learned through this platform, but why am I highlighting English is because my subject is English and I would like to tell those applications which can be helpful to learn English. So this is something virtual way of learning. So let us put forward something related to this social media. Social media has become apple of everyone's or youngsters' eyes. We all are youngsters and it has become the apple of our eyes. It means we are attracted towards that media. We are extensively using that media for our learning purpose. It has reached almost nook and corner of global. Here global I mean global and local, which can be used for global context. It means we are connected to global and we are also connected to local. It means in different language we have different platforms, like on Facebook we can share Marathi post, Hindi post and English post as well. So this is local in some context, and it is also global because it is reaching across the globe. We can get connected to each and every country. Let's say a friend living in USA can also talk to us through this media, or we can listen to the podcast shared by some American writers, authors, and we can get exposed to that particular area. That's what it has got exposure, and it is reached almost every nook and corner of the global. So proliferate technological equipment, electronic gadgets are there, handy gadgets are being invented every year. For example, laptop, tablets, phablets, computers. These are very interactive, user-friendly gadgets, which can be the main source of getting attracted towards this media. Through these gadgets, we play different applications which can be useful for learning socially. So number of instructors and learners also got increased during this pandemic situation. The situation of the learners, the learners had only way out to learn the things. It was the media. So through different applications like Zoom, Google Meet, or let's say some Google classrooms, we could learn different things, and that was the main point where we got connected to the social media related applications, and due to which what happened, this learning has become smoother. Self-motivated learners always go on learning different things through this media, and this is what expected for social media related learning. So self-motivated learners are also there. Now let us understand some of the functions of social media. Why the social media network, what they are used. As I already told, all social networking sites have unique platforms, functions, features. For example, let us say Facebook, it has unique features. We can share content in a very effective manner. We can have a effective background. We can also visualize that content in an effective way. Even we can share pictures in an effective manner. So they have their unique features. However, all of them share a common characteristics or feature, that is something sharing. So they share the ideas and which is enhancing communication among their users. So whichever the platforms you are using, though it may be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, what they are, these media users, they get connected to each other, and there is a networking, and through this networking we have got a network, let's say well connected communication, and to share our opinions, personal messages, mass media and relevant beliefs, we use this media, and this is what necessary for learning purpose. So these are some of the types of media which can be used for learning or learning English. In that you can have instant messengers. For example, this is something overlapping. In each type we can have different type of media type here. In instant messengers we have WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger app, Skype, Google Meet, Zoom, IMO and Tango. So these are some of the ways through which we can have instant messenger. Second, social networking sites like Facebook and LinkedIn. These can also be used for learning purpose. If you go through LinkedIn site, you can have let's say learning post as well, and English related communities are also there. If you follow those communities, you will get the updates related to that. Like if you want to learn vocabulary, if you want to master your pronunciation, want to develop your writing syntax, or want to know some common errors related to English, you just need to follow certain communities which are working on it. So these are some of the different ways. Social news also there. If you want to get connected to the news related to let's say getting exposed to, let's say, learning and speaking, then we have Clipboard, Play News Stand, BBC News, CNN, HT, TOI, Times of India, and DNA. These are different media through which you can listen to. Why you have to listen to? Because learning language involves listening as well, and that's what these channels will give you the exposure for the listening. So we'll go through some of the slides. I mean, I can focus on that part as well, how we can learn English and all that. Social media sharing, where YouTube is there, Instagram is there, Flickr is also there, and Internet is also there. So wikis through which we can get the content and can have exposure of reading as well, like Wikipedia, Emojipedia, online dictionaries, etc. So these are some of the media through which you can get exposed to the learning content and can master your reading. So types again get continued. WordPress, so far as reading is concerned, WordPress, Google, Blogger, Blogspots, etc. Microblogging is also there, Twitter, Telegram, and all that. Let me just go through this. Yes, there are, if you want to learn English, then what kind of skills one has to acquire for learning English? There are 4 skills, that is listening, speaking, reading, writing. So how can one master these 4 skills using this media? As I just gave the introduction of these media, so we can have exposure of speaking as well. There are YouTubers who are TED speakers, who are giving different ideas how to talk, how to deal, how to go ahead with the content. Even for blogging, writing purpose, we have different bloggers. Blog, we can have some let's say WordPress and etc. Through this we can explore our writing skills as well. And so far as speaking is considered, there are certain communities, clubs are there, through which you can join those clubs, follow those communities, and can talk on different topics, can share your ideas and all that. That all together, listening, speaking, reading, writing, that gets improved, and due to which what happens, our confidence level to deal with that language gets increased. So that is what one needs to get connected to different media. I have prepared a list of those media through which we can get connected. Due to time constraint, I may not be able to explain in detail. And one more thing, what would be the research content in this? What would be the method on this? I have prepared a questionnaire, and through this set of questions, what I am going to collect is how many of the users. I want to reach to the maximum number of users of the social media and want to get the survey based result. Want to share the Google form. Due to time constraint, I could not prepare that Google form questions and all those. And once I prepare this, and will reach out to the maximum number of participants, users of social media, and I will get the data, and based on that data, I will prepare my unique way of preparation of study. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my ideas over here. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite the next participant. KB Markmakers, please give your poster presentation on your topic.
Respected dignitaries seated on dais, Mr. N.S. Professor,
You start topic.
and then all HODs, My topic is related to the plant tissue culture. In vitro rapid multiplication of endangered Rolfia tetraphylla for in situ and ex situ conservation. This is a medicinal plant. It is used for the production of Unani medicine, Ayurveda medicine, and again it is used in a folk medicine. This medicinal plant is very medicinally important. And one another plant also present, Rolfia serpentina. In this plant, various alkaloids are present, various medicinally bioactive compounds are present, and this compound used against insomnia, nidra nash, for as again it is used against many fungal bacterial infection. It is used as antidepressant. It is used in medication of high blood pressure. Okay, I want to tell you, ह्या ठिकाणी बघा गांधीजी जे होते ते त्यांना जे काही ताण येत होता देश सांभाळत असताना त्याच्यासाठी त्यांनी ह्याच्या मुळाची चहा करून पित होते. ओके, म्हणजे हा एवढा इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. परंतु बघा रॉल्फिया सर्पेंटिना plant is exploited for the medicine. Rolfia serpentina cultivated for industrial as per industrial requirement, but its cultivation is not so large. So that what will happen for the exploitation, for the gaining of bioactive compounds, this plant is exploited. This plant is exploited. Actually, this plant is found in coastal region of Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Many peoples, whatever the poachers use this plant instead of serpentina. Okay, so it is now in red list. It is now in red list. It is now on the way of extinction. It is on the way of extinction. Then my effort is how to rapidly multiply, how to produce tremendous plants in short duration period, so that I have performed many practicals. I have designed many protocols. I have optimized various ingredient of medias. Again, I have optimized various concentration of the hormones. And when I was studied, I have got some results. When I was used 2,4-D at the 5 milligram per liter, I have got very good result. Okay, for the rapid multiplication of the shoot from the nodal explant, I have used benzenaminopurine 5 milligram plus naphthalene acetic acid 0.4 milligram per liter, and this is a best hormonal concentration for the rapid multiplication of the Rolfia tetraphylla. Okay, these are the some keywords. This is a plant. This plant is used different problems. It is used in epilepsies. It is used in mental diseases, mental disorder. These plants I have collected from Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose College, Nanded, then VN MKV Parvani, botanical garden. Okay, these are the some parameters I have checked. Okay, for the inoculation and incubation of the plant. Okay, but before that I want to explain this one. I have decided two types of explant. First one is a leaf explant and second one is a nodal explant. Okay, and I have proceed for the callus induction by manipulating various hormonal concentration. Then I went towards the shoot multiplication from the nodal explant, and I have succeed in the shoot production, in the multiplication of shoot. Okay, I have got shoot which are regenerated from the nodal explant. Okay, after that I have to go for the rooting. For the rooting of the produced shoot, I have used naphthalene acetic acid, which is the best hormone for the induction of the root. Okay, and these are the some observations. This is a callus. This is a callus. This is a shoot. This plant transplanted in the pot. These are the some optimized hormonal concentration. I have used different 3 type of hormones: 2,4-D, dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, benzenaminopurine, naphthalene acetic acid. These are the different hormonal concentration, and these are the result I have obtained. This is a very good concentration.
Conclude.
Okay, sir.
Conclude मुझे शेवट
Sir. Okay. This is my result. 2,4-D I have used for the development of or induction of the callus, and benzenaminopurine, then kinetin with indole butyric acid plus NAA used for the shoot multiplication. These are the various different concentration, BAP and kinetin. This is a conclusion. Okay, sir.
आहे पब्लिकेशन याच्यावर
No, sir.
करू शकता याच्यावर. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Biotechnology Herbal Department.
This magalit. मला दिसला दिसते नाही पण नोट्स आहे.
Sure. I'm just
कुठे
7 minutes. 7 minutes.
just in 7 minutes.
Good afternoon all. With the permission of Honorable Principal, I will start my presentation on development of complete organic package to boost farmers' economy. Now we all present here all belongs to the agriculture sector, and many of us know what sort of products we use in our agriculture while farming. So this project was actually carried out in 2018, and this work has been completed. This is not the PhD problem of mine. So this work already has been done, and the trials are taken in our field of our college. So in this project, we formulated 4 complete package. So 4 different products were there right from starting of the cultivation of the plants or transplantation of the sowing of the plants, and then to the harvesting. So up to this portion, all the products that are necessary for the crop production, that was included and that was produced over here. Now why farmers economy, why I am talking about boosting the farmers economy. So those who regularly visits their agriculture or farm, they know that the expenditure or the cost of production that occur or incur during the agriculture is mostly related with the fertilizer and the insecticides. So that costing is increasing the cost of production to the farmers, and later when farmer will produce their agricultural commodity, then the prices are not stable in the market. And one again thing is, by the use of these fertilizers and the insecticides, that means farmers, they are adversing their soil health. Why this is so? Because the various chemicals and physical properties of the soil will get harmed when we extensively use the fertilizers and the insecticide. Again, it is related with the food safety also, because extensive use of insecticide, that insecticides we can enter, many of insecticides are there that can enter the plant metabolism, and ultimately they can get stored inside our body, causing carcinogenic effect. So to avoid this, we can have the on-farm resources, and by using that on-farm resources, we can have the complete package for the production of our agricultural commodities. For example, we are replacing fertilizers. That fertilizers we can replace with the this compost and the biofertilizer. So compost basically is prepared from the on-farm waste. Now what on-farm waste includes? It includes cow dung, then cow urine, then the crop residue. Generally in Marathi we say that guli, and many farmers, they spend that or they will not spread that plant waste or plant waste material in their field, and by doing so they are adversely affecting the soil physical condition. Also the organic carbon content of soil is getting harmed, and whenever the soil will deficient in organic carbon content, there the soil will never have the beneficial microflora. So that beneficial microflora will also get affected by the deficiency of organic carbon in the soil. So this compost, it can add the various nutrients, that means major nutrients NPK, it can add to the soil. It can also enhance or improve the soil physical properties, that means water holding capacity of soil or the soil temperature, that can get improved by the use of this compost. This compost can be, this is the methodology for the preparation of this compost. Such layers are there, means we can have the pit of 1.5 or 2 feet depth, and then 6 feet long pit can be dug, and then these layers can be put up. So this is crop residue. This is the first layer, means in pit. At the very base we will put this crop residue, then above that layer cow dung plus urine, again crop residue, and then fine soil. Now this will continue when up to fill up this 1.5 feet pit, and then we will cover this with the cow dung. So त्याला मराठीमध्ये आपण सारवणे म्हणतो, तर त्या प्रकारे ते we are going to cover it with so that we are allowing the anaerobic decomposition, because finally there are various microorganisms, decomposers, they will decompose this organic matter and will produce such compost. So we have already produced this compost, and next is the biofertilizer. So this is before sowing the plant. After sowing the plants, after sowing or at the time of sowing, we will treat the plants with this biofertilizer. Now this particular project was carried out on the tomato plant, and for tomato plant azotobacter was used. Azotobacter is again nitrogen fixing bacteria that it can fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. So again we are using biological entity and we are avoiding the chemical fertilizers. Then these are the fertilizers that we can replace chemical fertilizers with these organic fertilizers. Then comes the major part. Many farmers, they spend their money on the spraying of micronutrients and then insecticides. So to replace this chemical micronutrient spray, we have formulated this PGPOS. Now PGPOS in Marathi is very familiar with the name of Panchagavya, but Panchagavya in innovative aspect, we have added this coconut water to it, because the properties of coconut water will allow the plant, when this spray will be sprayed, that we called it as foliar application. So when it is sprayed on the crops, this coconut water, it will provide the essential vitamins which are the precursors for the absorption of the micronutrients that are present in these Panchagavya. So this is the innovative part that we have introduced in this Panchagavya. And then what are the doses? So once in a week this was sprayed when we have taken the trials. And last final part is, fourth is the herbal insect repellent, because we are we are replacing the chemical insecticide, so we have to give the solution for it, and that is the solution, alternative solution, that is the herbal insect repellent. Now this in Marathi again it is very familiar with the name of Dashparni Arka. So this Dashparni Arka, when farmers means conventionally or traditionally they produce this Dashparni Arka on their farm, but again we have introduced cow dung, cow urine, jaggery and water into this. This is the new part, not water but cow dung, cow urine and jaggery into this. So this again have shown very good effects, because some sort of nitrogen deficiency, if remains, that can also be get covered by the use of herbal insect repellent. We cannot find such insecticide that can also provide the nutrient, but this is having that property, and that's why this is the again one new part that we have added into this. This is the methods, and these are the results. These we have already conducted, and many of us have seen that these tomato plants, when I have planted there, when this research was being carried out, it is carried out in 2018. So this is the treated lines with this all organic package, and these are the control lines. These have not been treated with anything else. So these treated lines have shown very great branching. Then fruits were deep green in color. After phytochemical analysis, we found that many antioxidants, or the antioxidant graph was the increasing in these treated lines. That means when we use the organic product. So antioxidants, we all of us know that oxygen is very necessary for all the living things, but that oxygen is responsible for aging of ours, right? Because oxygen, for example, iron is there. If we keep iron there, that oxygen, yes sir. So these antioxidants are also important, and these are having in the major concentration in the organic products that we produce. And finally, what costing we occur. So this is the chart for the half acre of land that we have taken. So for half acre inorganic, this costing for land preparation, very big difference is there in insecticide. For half acre, the chemical insecticide cost 1,500, while our cost, this organic means herbal insect repellent, it only costs 60 rupees for the production of this herbal insect repellent for half acre. So in this way we have got the result, and we are also able to provide the safe food to the community. And means very early I am going to submit this for the research paper, and this I have the confidence that this work will get accepted in the journal. Thank you.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. The next participant, Madhuri Shenivaran. I request Madhuri Shenivaran, please.
my topic, research topic, isolation, characterization and biochemical analysis of rhizobium bacteria from chickpea root nodules. Since 1930, farmers have uses the chemical fertilizer. There are several harmful effects of chemical fertilizer like water pollution, soil pollution and human health. What to do instead of this chemical fertilizer? We can use, making eco-friendly farming, we can use biofertilizer. What is the biofertilizer? Biofertilizer is the biological product we can use in microorganism which is improve the yield of crop. What is role of rhizobium? Rhizobium helps in symbiotic nitrogen fixation. What is the symbiotic nitrogen fixation? What is need of nitrogen? Nitrogen is essential for ammonia, amino acid, protein, nucleic acid. Rhizobium give atmospheric nitrogen to plant and give amino acid, nucleic acid. By using rhizobium, we can do eco-friendly farming. There are several methods for isolation of rhizobium. First method is isolation of rhizobium by using EMA media. For identification of rhizobium, we can use CRIMA media. There are several biochemical tests we are took after. Like triple sugar iron test, glucose peptone test, antibacterial test. In this results show promising activity of antibacterial activity against E. coli, Pseudomonas, and catalase test also positive, glucose peptone test also positive. Advantage of this rhizobium is we can give plant nitrogen like nutrient. We can fixes nutrient like nitrogen, replace chemical, maintain soil. We can free pollution. Rhizobium secrete hormone and growth regulator. Conclusion is that the performance of biochemical analysis show potent result against antibacterial activity against E. coli and Pseudomonas, and it potent result show against glucose peptone test, catalase test, and triple sugar iron test. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite you to the next class. Puja Vasiliv.
याचाच वापर करा तुम्ही, याचा करू नका. स्क्रॉल करून खाली गेली का?
Good afternoon everyone, respected principal sir, and on the occasion of National Science Day, I am going to present my research paper, and the research paper topic is evaluation of medicinal plant extract spray as a disease resistance in some plant pathogens. In recent era, we know that each and everyone is facing to the pollution. It may be soil pollution, it may be air pollution, or it may be water pollution. Okay, so the one major reason of the soil pollution is the excess use of chemical pesticide. Okay, so India and its farmers are going to deals with the global mission that is the lifestyle for the environment, means organic farming or natural farming by using the ancient knowledge which are mentioned in our Ayurveda medicinal system. We not need to just relearn this knowledge, but look at the past and learn from the experiences and draw a new idea for the sharpen the modern time, for the better stability of human mankind, and for a better health and qualities, to maintain the health and qualities. So I choose this topic for the research purpose, and in this research I choose 5 different plants from the Latur district. First one is the Allium cepa. Okay, everyone knows the Allium cepa, just it is the scientific name. Allium cepa, commonly known as onion, and it belongs to the family Amaryllidaceae. Second plant was Calotropis procera. This Calotropis procera is commonly called as milk weed, and it is belongs to the family Apocynaceae. The next plant, Targeta erecta. This Targeta erecta is commonly called as marigold, and it is belongs to the family Asteraceae. The next plant is the Datura stromium, commonly called as Datura, and this Datura belongs to the family Solanaceae. And last one is the Ocimum tenuiforum. This is the most common plant. This is commonly called as holy base. Holy base means tulsi. Okay, out of these 5 medicinal plant, we choose 2 plants, that is the Datura stromium and Ocimum tenuiforum from the Sanjeevani bed of Vadbal. Why this choose from the Vadbal? Because each and every plant which are present in the Sanjeevani bed has a medicinal property. Okay, and that's why I choose these 2 plants from the Sanjeevani bed. And then these all plants have medicinal properties. Along with medicinal property, these all plants have antimicrobial properties also. That's why we choose these plants for this research purpose. Firstly, these are the photographs which are included here. This is the Allium cepa, onion. This is the Calotropis, milkweed. Then Datura. This is the marigold, tulsi. Okay, all those plants have a medicinal plant. And then materials and methods, we select all those plants, and we select particularly leaves of these plants, and all those leaves are dried in sunlight, and then prepare fine powder. And after the preparing fine powder, we use this powder for the solvent extraction method. And by using the solvent extraction method, or the main solvent extraction method used, this is the acetone. Acetone is used for the solvent extraction method, and after this solvent extraction method, centrifuge this mixture for 3500 rpm for 5 minutes. And after the centrifugation, this centrifugation process repeated for 3 times. Then extract were combined, and then the solvent was which are used, this is the acetone, which are kept in the room to remove the steam, cold and the room temperature. And then these extract are mixed in a container, and then this extract or the sample is ready for the experiment. Then yes, for this experiment we choose the 3 pathogens. First one is the Aspergillus parasiticus, second one is the Fusarium oxysporum, and last one is the Rhizoctonia solani. Okay, all those pathogens we firstly isolate and then grow on the culture media, that is the potato dextrose agar media. After the growing, these fungus or these pathogens, we add our sample into this media by the well diffusion method, and then analyze the zone of inhibition. Zone of inhibition means what? The area where our sample restrict the growth of some particular pathogens. This area or this zone is called as zone of inhibition. then result, all those 5 plants or these medicinal plants extract used for this pesticide or biological pesticide purpose, and the results are there. First 7 days, after the 7 days we got some minimum result or not satisfied result for 7 days, then after 14 to 21 days, okay, after 14 days and after 21 days we got the better result by using this sample or the zone of inhibition to prevent the particular fungal infection, okay. And then after the 21 days or 28 days, the capacity of this sample will was reduced dramatically, and then we conclude that for 14 days and 21 days, after 21 and after 14 days, this sample can work effectively. After that, the effectiveness or the capacity is reduced. Conclusion is that acetone was the best extractant. Okay, so many extractant was were used in the extraction purpose, but we used the acetone. And then all these plants concluded that all these plants have a medicinal property. These plants not only reduce the fungal effect or fungal infection, but also these plants increases the soil fertility, and this is the best method for the reducing the pollution. This is the okay. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now I would like to invite you next. Vice Principal for Biochemical.
Respected principal and all dear friends, good afternoon to all. The topic that I am going to present here is a secure and verifiable color visual cryptography scheme with LSB based steganography. I think most of you are aware about the cryptography and steganography. Cryptography is what? Is a technique through which the plain text information is converted into the ciphertext information. That means no one can read the information, no one can access that information what is there in the information. Visual cryptography is some advanced version of cryptography which is specially designed for encrypting the drawing, visual images, pictures or video in the form that no one will be able to understand what exactly the image is. And steganography is what? Hiding one image into another image or hiding one type of information into another image. That is what the steganography. So this research paper is related to providing the solution to the visual cryptography. There are so many visual cryptography schemes which are being developed by so many researchers. So this research is extension to that research. I am going to I have designed the secure color visual cryptographic scheme for sharing the information or securing the information that is to be secure. So what is mean by color visual cryptography? Color visual cryptography is what? Cryptography in which the visual information such as drawing, written material or the color images are encrypted in such a way that there is no need of decryption. So that is the beauty of visual cryptography. In regular cryptography, what we have to do is we have to convert the information into unencrypted form, and again we have to decrypt that information. But in case of visual cryptography, there is no need of decryption. It means the time required for decryption we can save it, so that the performance of the application will be enhanced as compared to other cryptographic application. Here I have developed a secure and verifiable color visual cryptography scheme. Many of the researchers before worked on the binary images, grayscale images, but I am working on the color images, so that I am going to secure the color information, color secret information in a such a way that no one should able to analyze what exactly the image is there in that particular picture. So this research introduced the new secure and verifiable color secret sharing scheme, which identifies and analyzes the cheating while presenting the share. Why it is called secure and verifiable? Means whatever the shares are presented, that can be verified by the users of that particular application. So secret and verification image. So in this research work, the secret image and the verification image of size n by n is taken as the input, and the two different shares are created, and that is distributed among the users of that particular application, and those shares are superimposed together to find the original secret image that is hidden inside that particular secret information or hidden inside that shares. The method also eliminates some of the problems of visual cryptography, such as explicit requirement of codebook design. For encryption of visual information, we need to design the codebook. So what will the pixel value for that particular image, what are the pixel values are there, and what will the decrypted pixel values are there, and how can we again decrypt those values into the original form. So there is a need of designing the codebook. Then pixel expansion is one of the major problem in visual cryptography, poor visual quality of reconstructed images. And this research also compare the result with the previously known results, and our method shows the effective result, a more efficient result than any other method that is developed earlier. So this is the idea of visual cryptography. Suppose the secret image, the Lina image, that is the original image that is to be encrypted. Suppose we consider that is a secret image, consists of some information, secret information that we want to convert, that we want to secure from unauthorized access. So that information, that image is divided into two parts, and that two parts are called share 1 and share 2. And whenever we are superimposing or stacking one part into another part, we will able to reveal the original secret image that is hidden inside the share 1 and share 2. Means actually we are dividing the image into two different parts, or any number of parts. We can divide the image into any number of parts. That is depend upon the application of that particular that is depend upon the use of that particular application, right? Then while creating and combining the shares, some problems such as before going to the next part, I will explain you one simple example. Suppose there are 6 thieves wanted to share an bank account. Because they don't trust on one another, they split up the password into 6 different parts. Whatever the password that they have to provide for performing any transaction, that password is split up into 6 different parts. That passwords may be a visual information, visual picture. As we know, password is some text or numbers. Instead of using the text password or number password, we are using the visual information as a password or image as a password, and that password is divided into 6 different parts. And the requirement is that all part of the password should combine together to perform any transaction, or they can provide such a mechanism, at least 4 parts of that password should combine together to perform any transactions, right? So that is one application of visual cryptography. So in this research work, while creating and combining the shares, some problems such as pixel expansion, alignment problem, flipping issues, and share distortion, cheating of the shares may arise. These are some of the different problems that we have to face while using the visual cryptography. So what is meant by pixel expansion? Increasing the number of pixels in the shares. As we are dividing the image into 2 different parts or 4 different parts, the size of pixels may increase, or there may be overload on the system, that the size of the different images has to manipulate or handle different categories of the image, so that original image that is hidden inside that particular shares need to be overcome, they need to be revealed or reconstruct the image from that share image, right? So these different problems need to be overcome. So in this research work, color image processing with verification image and verification of the shares and creation of meaningful shares with the help of LSB based steganography is handled efficiently. These are the different related work that I have referred for this research topic. The preliminary concept is the color channel decomposition. Whenever we are getting any RGB image, that we have to decompose into the R, G and B part, and we work on the different component image, R component image, green component image and blue component image. So HVC is what is a mechanism through which the color image can be represented in the form of binary image without losing the information in the image. So HVC is one of the most powerful technique, that is called half-tone visual cryptography. We convert the color image into binary image without losing the information. So proposed method is, this proposed method consists of 4 different parts. One is share generation. We need to generate the share. Then second is meaningful share generation or share hiding using LSB steganography. Then third one is unhiding of shares of reverse steganography and revealing the original, secret and verification of the result. So this is the method that I have adapted for this. So secret image and verification image is taken as the input for share construction phase, and then the 2 are different share that is created from this application will be hidden inside the hidden cover image. The cover image will be taken as the input for this, and finally we are revealing the original image that is hidden inside the cover image, and we are verifying the result using various statistical measure. This is the formula that is developed for conversion of original image into different shares. So RSA is what is a share A or share B. Share A of red component image, share B of red component image. Likewise, we have to create the shares of red component image, blue component image, green component image, etc. So this is the formula for creating the shares. So after that, the shares that is created need to be hidden inside the meaningful information, meaningful images. Okay, sir. Okay. Unhiding of the shares. This is the formula for revealing the original information that is hidden inside the share. This is the result that I got. So this is the secret image that is taken as input. This is verification image, and the shares that is created from this secret image and verification image, and these are the meaningful shares. Instead of providing such shares to the user, we are providing such meaningful share, because anyone can guess there is something is there in the image that is hidden inside. So without giving the guess of that, we are hiding that shares into the cover images, and finally we are unhiding the shares which is hidden inside the cover image, and finally we are revealing the secret image that is hidden inside that particular share images. Right? So these are the different statistical measures that I have used for this.
Thank you.
The result is compared with the already known method. Thank you. This is the conclusion. Okay? Thank you.
Head of the Department of Computer Science, D.H. Mahavira. Dr. D.H. Mahavira.
Direct topic चालू करा. No formalities.
No, first bell also. I will try. Respected dais and my colleagues, good afternoon everyone. My topic is pruned fuzzy hypersphere neural network. It is related to neural networks. Actually this classifier I have used in my PhD work, but no paper I have still presented on it, so that may be a publication. This pruned fuzzy hypersphere neural network is an extension of fuzzy hypersphere neural network. It was already developed, and one pruning method was implemented within this pruned fuzzy hypersphere neural network. This neural network actually work on the confidence factor of the hypersphere. The main purpose of the neural network is to create the hyperspheres and then classify the result. That is the main working of this neural network. The implementation of the pruning method within existing hypersphere neural network was that to reduce the network complexity as well as to increase the classification rate. Basically this classifier is used for classification of different diseases. First introduction, I will show the structure of this pruned fuzzy hypersphere neural network. It has 4 layers. The first one is the input layer, FR layer, which may have n number of inputs. FM layer is the second layer where actual processing is done, which is fuzzy hypersphere neural network. Then it will create the FN layer, which is the output layer where classified patterns will come, and last one layer in the FEN layer I applied the pruning method, and that generated the last layer, that is the FO layer. So that is the work extension of this existing fuzzy hypersphere neural network. The block diagram or the working of this classifier is we have to pass the input image to this classifier, then necessary pre-processing like filtering and segmentation and taking the part of interest is done. Then after that the most important part, that is the feature extraction, is done. These extracted features are fed to the fuzzy neural network, that is the pruned fuzzy hypersphere neural network, and it will give the result like class 1, class 2, class 3, the pattern that belongs to that particular class, that will be the result. The methodology means the pruning method, that is the focus, that is the main work done into the existing neural network, that works onto the confidence factor. That means again confidence factor is based on 2 factors, 2 index, that is the accuracy index as well as the usage index. That means number of hyperspheres are generated, but pruning method check how accurate those hyperspheres are. Also it check how frequently it is used, and accordingly the confidence factor is calculated. Confidence factor means less number of hyperspheres will be there, but that will give the accurate result. Only that much of hyperspheres will be passed forward, and then the classification is done. This is the main work that I have done in this neural network. The result we have checked onto the public chest X-ray database, that is Japanese social research technology like this, I forgot the long form, JSRT database is there, from where we got the lung cancer's X-ray images. Those were fed to both of those neural networks, and the result was that the accuracy was higher as compared to the previous fuzzy hypersphere neural network. The conclusion of this total work is that the pruned fuzzy hypersphere neural network works better in terms of training as well as the testing time. Thank you, sir. Sir?
Final result in spares
ते ना
तो मागे पेपर मध्ये होता बघा स्पेस तयार केलेले होते
ऍक्च्युली थोडंसं
रिकग्नाइज झाल्यानंतरचा
हो हो तो मी मुद्दाम इन्क्लूड नाही केला, म्हणजे कन्सेप्ट अशी होती की एकाच स्लाइडमध्ये बसवायचे असं मला वाटलं, म्हणून मी ते शॉर्ट केलंय सर बरंच त्याला. हां, व्हॉट इज हायपरस्पियर, हाऊ पॅटर्न्स प्लेस. येस सर, येस.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite you, Sir.
डिस्टर्ब हो जाए ना
पेन ड्राईव्ह मध्ये टाईप करायला सर
पेन ड्राईव्ह मध्ये गेलं वाटतं तिथे हे फोल्डर राहतं
कोणतं
ते फोल्डरमध्ये टाकणार
तुमचं
ते
कुठं?
आता ते रिसर्च
तुमच्याकडं आहे
हां हे हां ते वरचं काम respected principal sir and my dear colleagues, on the occasion of Science Day, here I'm going to deliver my presentation on the topic of personal authentication through dorsal hand vein patterns. So this is my research upcoming research paper. Okay, so I'm simply working on it. So this is the abstract where I'm simply specifying what do you mean by the biometric. Okay, biometric are the features that is used to recognize the persons much more correct than any physical verification methods. So in those days, the security is the main issue here. Okay, for any private sector or government sector, the main thing is the security, and for providing the security, there is a one emerging field in this era that is called as the biometric. These biometric are used to recognize any personal or persons by using some traits or some features. Every persons on the world are all distinctive with respect to either one or more than one biometric features here. So in my research here I am going to use some minutiae features, and there is a one algorithm that is called as the linear discriminate analysis, that is the LDA algorithm, to explore the various kind of minutiae features. In my research I have used the database from the Bosphorus University. So my objective of this research is to again for securing the data from any private or government sector, we need the very trustful system. Okay, that trustful system I have implementing with the help of this biometric system. So my main topic is the implementation of the dorsal hand vein by using implementing the biometric system by using the dorsal hand vein. So here, so this is the diagram for the dorsal hand vein, where the main identification has begun as a promising component of biometric study here. This subcutaneous vascular pattern that will appear on the back of the hand, that referred to as the hand vein, and that is extremely difficult to make the duplicate or make the forge here. So there are mainly two types of hand veins found on the back of our hand or the dorsum of our hand, that is called as the cephalic and the basilic. Basilic, where veins are present under the body surface and they are not visible to the naked eyes. So most of the popular methods of vein imaging are based on the infrared light absorption. It is found that near infrared light with wavelength of 700 nanometer to 900 nanometer, and that can transmit through the body tissues. So there is a one element that is called as the hemoglobin, which is present over the blood veins. So deoxygenated hemoglobin absorbs the light having the wavelength of about the 760 nanometer. So when those rays, that is the infrared rays, when pass through the hand, the veins appear the darker than the other parts, because simply they absorb the infrared rays better than the surrounding tissues. So this is the flow of our system where we need to acquire the various hand vein patterns here. After acquiring those vein pattern, we need to extract the features and apply some feature extraction methods, different type of feature extraction methods, that including the vein image collection, pre-processing, feature extraction. After making the set of those features, simply match those features here. I just used one database from the Bosphorus hand database from this Bogazici University. So there are 1200 images. The first method, that is called as the image acquisition, where simply I am acquiring the hand vein pattern by using some methods here. The method is, that is the extraction of that ROI begins by cropping to obtain the loose areas as indicated by these yellow lines in this figure 3a, and it contains all ROI coordinates P1, P2, P3 and P4 in this figure number 3b, and in the figure number 3c, just I have rotate that image to the theta angle, and after simply acquiring that image, I have applied one algorithm, that is the linear discriminant analysis LDA algorithm, for the dimensionality reduction in pre-processing steps for pattern classification, and for the best class separability in order to avoid overfitting and the reduced computational cost. So in my conclusion, okay, I am using that crossing number algorithm with cosine and Euclidean distance, and with the help of these two methods I have calculated the result. So those are the references for my research paper. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Sheikh Salis.
Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon, respected Principal Dr. N.S. Zulpe sir, Gaikwad sir, all head of departments and my dear colleague. Today I am here to represent my poster presentation on the topic of temperature and mask scan entry for COVID-19 prevention system. This is basically a system and today's need to automation the capturing of unwearing mask faces and the fearful, that means a fever, a person has a fever and we want to detect that person and isolate from the crowd. So this is the system. The abstract of the system, as we already know about the history part of the COVID-19, how it spreads and all the pandemic happened, and we go through all the pandemic cycles and what are the lockdown phases we faced. So in early 2020, in the December 2019, the outbreak happened in China, Wuhan. After that, it go through to all over the world. It is a one type of a virus that is called as a coronavirus, and it is called as a particularly SARS-2 virus. And after that, we all faces what are the bad situations happened by this virus. So this virus make person ill, and some symptoms are generated from that person. Person get coughing, sneezing, get fever. Both moderate and severe symptoms are happen. So we have to find out the ill person and without wearing mask person, we need to develop a system. Right now we implementing this system manually, and manual things are not required because it is it's severe to the person which is get monitored, who use temperature detection kit or monitoring personally to get the person is wearing mask or not. So the main objective to develop this system is nowadays scanning human body temperature and identifying of wearing mask. Both tasks are proctored by the human, and if we allow human to get monitor and get isolate that person who don't wear a mask, and or if a person having illness symptoms or a fever inside it, so we need to manually check the temperature with the temperature gun. So that thing is not suitable in crowded areas like bus stations or railway stations, metro stations, airports. When the crowd is in the quantity of huge, massive quantity, if some persons are gathered in public places, that time that manual acquisition or manual checking is not done, or it not effective. So that this system helps us to gather all the things automatic. Introduction. First of all, we know this COVID-19 happened in China. After that, all the world countries are get affected with that disease. Face mask monitoring often requires additional staff resources. At the time, body temperature checks by staff come with certain risk in terms of hygiene and infection itself. Staff must be present at time 24/7 to monitoring that thing. So if we replace the manual thing with the automation, 24/7 service we can implement on a particular place, as well as we get the correct results. For that, all the system and the complete scenario of this working scenario of this method is like this one. For that, we need one device that is called as a Arduino or a Raspberry Pi. This is one kind of a input-output calculating device, such as working similar as a computer. We can pass instructions to that device and get the input and output results from that. So we need some equipments as like this Raspberry Pi. This one is the Raspberry Pi device, which gets the input from the sensors. These are the two sensors we need to require for that system. First one is the CCTV camera or any infrared any camera to capture the faces which wearing mask or not, to detect that kind of a person. And the second device we need here, that is the infrared sensors to get the result that if a person having a fever or not. So this is the system. Here two persons are there. One is wearing mask and the another one is not. If this system is handled by some software part, one is the face and temperature detection software, and another one is the Python programming code to decide whether that person going to pass through that system, if we allowed or not. We will decide with the help of this Python code, and we can do this kind of programming to make the decision is that the person is valid to go inside the gate or not. So this system needs Arduino Raspberry Pi module. This one is the kit. Infrared temperature sensor, power supply, and the software which is implemented with the help of algorithms and Python code. The Raspberry Pi, the actual whole concept is like this one. The Raspberry Pi, the component processes the sensor input and decides whether the person is to be allowed or not. In this case, the system operates a motor to open the gate barrier, allowing the person to enter the premises. If the person is flagged by system for high temperature or no mask is detected, the system glows the red light or alarm signal to block that person. So in this way this system is carried out. This system needs these three things: phase detection, mass detection, and infrared temperature sensor. For the phase detection, we need to use these kind of algorithms. One of these LVPH, SURF, speed boost features, mass detection for yellow 4 version 4, and the thermopile IR temperature sensor we need for this. The result is approx 98.7% in world research. It is aggregate result. So conclusion is that we need to discard the manual detection with the automation. These are the references. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I will invite Shahjahan Farina. Please give the presentation for your topic. Shahjahan Farina.
Respected Honorable Principal Sir, Officer, my dear colleagues. My dear colleagues, on the occasion of Science Day, I would want to represent my research topic, that is ubiquitous learning, an emerging trend in education. Okay. My objective is to design a system that is context aware in nature. Okay. First of all, due to the advancement in the mobile communication systems and the wireless systems and enhancement in the education systems that are existing, I am making a move towards an infrastructure that will be context aware in nature. Now, what is this context aware? What is ubiquitous first of all? Ubiquitous means the concept of things which are available anywhere and anytime. Ubiquitous learning comes from ubiquitous computing technology. This technology examples are self-driving car, smart speakers, smart watch. These are the examples of ubiquitous computing. One of such technology I want to implement in the learning educational system. Okay. Now, these are the advancement in the education system. Okay. Now, education systems are basically of three types: for a personal, individual person, designed for a person, or a group of people, or for whole society. Okay, that I am showing in my graph. And what are the different technological advancements that came and how our learning management systems have changed. Okay. Now, you can see that here I told that the first technology, that was PC, which was fixed. Okay. So that time we used systems for learning, that is fixed systems. Okay. With the help of presentations, all that we used to teach the students. Then multimedia came into existence. At that time, gaming applications became very popular. Then next, internet came. With the help of internet, the new education system, that is web-based and e-learning based systems, were introduced. Then came the mobile devices, that is your laptops, smartphones, mobile phones, all this. Now we are using this devices at present, at this stage we are using the mobile devices in the learning system, education system. Okay, using this smart devices, the student can learn anywhere and anytime. So here comes our ubiquitous concept into picture. Okay, now we are moving towards the ubiquitous learning. Now in the ubiquitous learning, two things are important. That is, the ubiquitous learning will detect the student status and the environment context. These two things will be involved in U-learning. Short form is U. So U-learning. Okay, these two things will come, then only it is a U-learning. Now this learning systems has to have 4 characteristics, that is very important. That is permanency, that is whatever data is going to be stored in the databases in such learning systems will not be deleted or removed or vanish until and unless it is done deliberately by the learner or the instructor, you can see. Okay, that is one characteristic. Second characteristic is it should be having accessibility. Accessibility in the sense that wherever and whenever the learner want to access the contents, learning contents, that should be available. That is accessibility. Okay. Next, moving to the next one, that is immediacy. In the immediacy in terms of right at the time, it should be available. Okay. That is immediacy what I am telling. Okay. Now, next is interactivity. Interactivity means the student, when they want to clear their doubts or whenever they want to learn at whatever time, okay, in the 24 hours of the day or at whatever situation or location they want to learn, then the system should be available to give them the information. Okay, that is interactivity. Through the help of instructors, you can say databases we are going to design for giving that thing, and then situatedness. Okay, here comes the picture of context awareness. That is, based upon the situation or the location of the student, the system is going to give the information. Okay, so these will be the characteristics that will be involved in the education system. Okay, my objective is to design such intelligent system in the education. Okay, integrate that system in the education. Another thing is that in the more recent, in the pandemic, we have observed that the only source of education was on-learning system compared to the conventional techniques. So the conventional techniques were totally failed during the pandemic. So this was one of the concepts that made our education to continue during this situation. That is why we are moving towards, due to the implementation, we have seen the implementation in India, all over the world of the online teaching systems that has given an improvement and enhancement in the establishment of such learning management system. Okay. So the idea I have picked from one of the University of America, that is Personal Association University. They were discussing about the seamless learning. The topic was seamless learning, and the motive behind seamless learning was learning can be done whenever and wherever a student want to learn. That was the motivation that I have picked. Now, in their presentation, they told that the system which they are going to design will have 2 dimensions. One is the student who are in the class and the student who are out of the class, both can be accessing the learning data or can be able to learn. Okay, so this picture what you are seeing here, it is 2-dimensional structure that has been given by the American Institution of Personal Association in the year 1994. Since then, since 2000, you can say we are working, the work has been started on this learning management system. Now, here you can see that is in class and out class students are taking advantage of planned learning and unplanned learning. There are 2 types of learning. One is planned learning and unplanned learning. Okay, so we are taking the structure like this as a matrix, that is student in class and planned learning. Okay, getting the what you can say benefits of this one. Then in class student getting the benefits of unplanned learning, and outclass students getting the benefits of planned learning and the outside. These are the different modes of learning system or the communication networks that is going to help the student. Okay, so you can also say that is synchronous and asynchronous communication come into picture. Okay, now the my objective, that is the design of the structure of education, what I want, the model what I want is somewhat like this. The picture you see, this is my learner. It can be student or any common person, any learner. Now the learner, when he is moving in the environment, you can see these are the items, natural items that are coming, that will be detected by the device which he is going to use. Okay, as I told that the technology is based on the mobile device, so my device should have some sensing, what you can see, technology in it that can sense the nature. Okay, so it will be giving you, means the learner, the information about all the natural items what you see here, that is historical buildings or herbs, shrubs, or you can say buses or vehicles, whatever the learner is seeing, this device is going to give the information of that. That is there, localization what we say. Okay, now my module is having 6 modules, that is learning detection module, that is based on the sensor technology, then learning performance evaluation module, that will evaluate based upon some online test, all that we conduct for the learner, evaluation module. Then we have adaptive learning module. Now this will have the materials and the contents for the student, and then we have adaptive content module, task module. We will be giving the task to the student based upon his performance. Okay, I would like to conclude saying that such a system, that is smart learning system, will be, when it comes, it will be as expected and more exciting. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now we are very short. Once we are short break. We will continue. I would like to continue the next participant, Mr. Untitled.
Good evening all. My topic is real-time object detection by using a deep learning. In recent years, the object detection has attracted a much research attraction due to its close relationship with the video analysis. You might have heard about the Google's car, which is a driverless. Even the Tesla car. Even daily we use the mobile phones. Our mobile phone unlocked by detecting the face. How is it possible? Just by detecting the object. Now, for this object detection, I am using the new algorithm, that is the yellow algorithm. This algorithm is given by the Python library, that is the CV2. Now, before object detection, we must understand the difference between image classification and the image detection. Image classification means classifying the image into the particular category by using some features and the patterns. And image or object detection, it means that is not only classifying the image but also telling actual location of that object in the particular image. Now here we can have some illustrations. The first image illustrates the just classification. It just what it is only. In the first image, it just means that this is the cat. This is the only just classification. But the second image illustrates both the classification and the location of the particular image by drawing the box around the image. That is the object detection. And the third image illustrates how to detect the multiple objects. Now for object detection, there are the different algorithms. These algorithms are the CNN, that is a convolutional neural network. The second algorithm, that is RCNN, that is a region-based convolutional neural network. The third one, that is the FRNN, that is a faster regional-based convolutional neural network. And the fourth one, that is the YELLO. YELLO stands for, that is, you only look once. Now, previous algorithms has some drawbacks, some problems. That is, by using the CNN, the drawback that is it needs to test many positions and the scales in the particular image or the frame. Then while using the RCNN, it has a very low performance, it's very slow. And by using the FRCNN, it provides the two outputs. The first output, that is the identification of the particular object, and the second one, that is the box around that object. So again it becomes the slower. But the fourth one, that is the YELLO, it has the better, then the stronger and the faster. Why it is the faster? Because in a single detection, it tells what object it is and where it is. Previously algorithms, it uses the layers that is between 90 to 30 layers only, but the YELLO algorithm, it uses 104 layers, so it increases the accuracy and the efficiency of the object detection. Now this is the work done by me. Now how the object is identified from the real time, that is I have given the input from the web camera. The first I have separated the frames from the video, then I am resizing the frame, that is the image, then I am converting the frame to the RGB image in RGB formats, then the RGB is converted to the tensor image. Now this is what is this tensor? The TensorFlow, this is the one library. The advantage of this library is there is no need to train the model. Without training the model, it can work properly. That is the main advantage. So I am using the TensorFlow also so there is no need to train the model. Then I am adding the dimension to the image, and the last one I am placing the box around the image where the image it is. Then the result of this work is, that is, I have just developed the one Python program, and just today in the morning I have tried this model. I have used the web camera in a sample room today in the morning. It is detecting some objects. The first object, that is the person. The second object, this is the clock. The third object, this is the chair. Now I would like to also give the live demo how it works. This is the Python program. For using the yellow algorithm, we can use the predefined library, that is a CV2. Even I am using the TensorFlow library, so there is no need to train the model. It will take some time to execute the program. It is taking the time for executing the code. It will detect the objects. It will detect mainly 91 objects. It will label for the 91 objects. Though I have tried this model, still it has some problems. The main problem is, that is the occlusion. Occlusion means that is the big object covering the small object. Now suppose I am holding this object. Myself, I am the object, that is a person, and I am holding this also object. Now I am covering this object also. So it is quite difficult to identify the small objects. That is the problem, the main problem, that one. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to announce the very officer.
Good evening to everyone and respective dais. So today my topic is challenge in software testing. Every time whenever we are started with any new topics or new subject, that time we discuss about why we choose that topic or that subject. As well as next step is the challenges in that subject. So today we are discuss about the software testing challenges. So whenever we started or any organization started so first in early stages of software testing, whenever we develop a software development, in that developers are perform their own codes and execute itself. It means they are tested itself, and that type of testing is known as the white box testing. But later phases, black box testers are present, black box testing is present, and after that for every organization or every software company create one post, that is the software tester, and that post work on the work as a black box testers. Then after that we find out or survey where what are the challenges for the testers, because we know that every person cannot cover all the angles. So that's why black box testers are important. In that many challenges are there, and that's why we are arranging one survey. That is our method because of the 19 COVID. That's why we are organizing one survey, and in that surveys we are create one Google form and divided in 3 sections. That is the first introductory part, and in that second phase we are considered total 10 questions asked to working professionals. Not we are deals with student, we are directly deals or what are the needs in industry. So we identify asking some questions. In that questions, these are some questions in that what are the test cases, what are the executions, what is the real time times. So these are the number of 10 questions are there, and after that we are receiving the feedback. Yes, so in that we are considered, and after that receiving we received total 107 responses on Google form, and that we are analysis and also giving us feedback for the suggestions. So we have found that it means that whatever we are providing just only a theoretical concepts, but in the real environment in industry they require the skillful persons and students. So we arrange some technicals tools for the students. So indeed that is a conclusion point. There we have to arrange our student to in automation testing and provide that facilities. So thank you so much to all of you. Thanks.
Now I would like to invite you, Mr. Shah.
Okay, so good evening all, respected principal sir and dear my colleagues. I am going to present, actually it is not a research paper, but basically it is a poster presentation, and it's a very basic one, very basic one, and we are going, it is one kind of a applicable, it's an application oriented poster presentation we mean to call. Okay, so what was that? That was analytical study of an algorithm for problem solving. Now, whenever we are having a problem, what we are going to do, we are writing in computer, we are writing a simple algorithm. Basically, I mean to say that what is basically an algorithm? What is meant by algorithm? So, and here there is some introduction. In our day-to-day life, when we want to resolve any problem in the real world, we need to go in a stepwise manner. We need to go in a step-by-step manner that is there. So here we are going to enlighten how we can solve a problem using algorithmic approaches there. We are going to make certain kinds of analysis on that. So what are the, now here as usual we are having the materials, what are the materials and what are the things that we are going to use in this case. Simply here we do not require any kind of a material. If one computer is there, that is also, it is not also means compulsory, it is recommended. Pen and pencil is required when one notebook is to be required is there. Now, what was the thing here? We are going to have the methods are there. For the method, I am going to use certain examples is there. Now, we need to start with the method. We need to start what is basically an algorithm. So, we are saying that it is a step-by-step representation towards the problem solving. Whenever we want to solve a problem, we are going to give the step-by-step representation is there. Now, how we are going to solve? Let us take, we are going to take one example is here. What are before going to take the example, what was the different things or what was the different aspects of the algorithm are there, or how we are going to have one kind of a format of the algorithm is there. What was the format here? We are going to start with step 1. We are going to, as usual, we are saying that it is a start 1. What was step 2? Whenever we are having certain inputs are there inside the algorithm, whenever we are having some input, now we meant to say that why input is required, because we want to get some solution from that problem. So definitely we need some input is there. So if there is some input to the problem, then we need to give that input to that in the step number 2 is there. Next, in the step number 3, based on the input, we need to process it. Whatever the input we have given to the problem, we need to process that input is there. Step number 4, if there is any kind of a condition is there, if there is any kind of a loop is there, then we need to place it in an appropriate position. We need to place it in an appropriate position. Wherever appropriate it is required, we need to place it that. And lastly, after processing, we need to display the result, and finally we say that we need to stop that algorithm is there. Okay, this is the one just overall idea about the algorithm. We need to take one method. Within the method, we are going to take one example for that. What was that? We will solve one problem by using the given concept. What was that? That is start. Step 1, we are having the start. Step 2, I am just giving an algorithm about the factorial of a given number. Okay. Now, within that, input a number, we are going to give one input a number n. Second number we are going to take, we require inputs. Whatever the input we require, we will put it here. So we are going to take that input. N is the number for storing the number, I for taking the counter variable. Okay, I will tell you what is that counter variable in this that. Next one, we are having one more variable we are going to take, that is called as a f variable. Now, why it is going to be used for this f variable? To store the result. Whenever we want to store the result, we are going to take this f variable. So, this f variable we are initialize or assign it to 1. Later on, after this, we are going to check one condition. Here we are going to check that condition. What is that condition? We are saying that I is supposed to be less than equals to n. Whatever the step number 4 is there, you just execute that step number 4. So step number 4, we are having f is equals to f into I. Now we may have, why we are going to use f is equals to f into I? Because we want to store the result repeatedly for each iteration. हर एक स्टेप के बाद, each and every step, we want to store the result repeatedly inside the f. And after that, we are going to increment the value of I. Later on, we go to the step number 3. We want to say that we want to go to the step number 3. We will go to the step number 3, that is for the checking condition is there. Till that condition, when we will have to use that step number 3, we are going to say that it is a loop. Kab tak? When will have to go? Unless and until that step number 3 condition is not going to be satisfied. If it is going to be false, unless and until it is not going to be false, we will go to the step number 3 repeatedly. We will go to the step number 3 repeatedly. Here the condition and the loop both are going to be takes place within the one statement only. Next, that is after that we are going to display the result, and finally we say that it is a stop is there. Okay, now this algorithm we are going to use it for our own purpose. Yes, for the computer purpose is there. Now as I said inside the introduction, just now we have said that within the introduction we want to use this, can I use this algorithm in our day-to-day life? Yes, we can say that yes, we can say that we can use that algorithm in our day-to-day life. How we can use? For any problem we can use. For example, I am also giving one example here. We want to construct a home. We want to construct a home. In this case, we will see how the algorithm is going to be used. Step 1, start, make the plan. Step 2, we are going to say that it's a make the plan for the home. That is how many rooms, and other facilities that we want to actually construct. Step 3, make the estimation. Yes, that is a make the estimation we want to there, and how much material is to be required, how much manpower is going to be required, that things we want to estimate it properly. After this estimation, we need to check, okay, at last we can say that by using the algorithm we can solve our different problems. Okay, whatever the real life problems also, at the same time the inside the computer problems also, that we can solve it here. And that's the conclusion. Make the conclusion that we can utilize the algorithm for our day-to-day life is there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I would like to mention Herbal service.
Respected sir, respected ma'am, this is my research on the IoT based border security system with automatic gun actuation using motion tracking system. Sir, you have one question: what is an IoT and what is an actuation? First of all, what is an IoT? IoT is an Internet on things. And what is an actuation? Actuator is a device. All of you know what wiper, 4-wheelers or auto wipers. If you are a rain, there some wipers is a present like that. This is a type of an actuator. It is a present on the IoT based. This is the introduction, abstraction, literature. This is the content present in my research. First is why we need this project. First of all, ongoing the situation, there is some war. What are the war? There are some international issues like Russia and Ukraine. These are the wars. That's why we need some device like an gun to automate, to avoid the human lives. That's why we use this system, IoT based border security system. In that we use a gun that we automate the gun without the man person. There is a main issue is that in these days security is a major issue for all of the over the world. Security is a very important in the order to protect vulnerable assets such as a person. Dwells means that निवासस्थान, मराठीत आपण त्याला निवासस्थान म्हणतो. Community and the nation from any harms. International security issues are very important, especially border and coast security to any country. Our country also is the most important. The people of a national security agency, maritime security organization, military forces and the other forces sacrifice their life to protect their country. That's why these systems is required. The lives of the forces are very precious like our others' lives. This is our introduction. Next, what are the content present in that research? The system can be operated in the 2 mode, in which the target can be targeted automatically by using microcontrollers. All of you know what is a microcontroller. Microcontroller, it is a chip. Everywhere we use that chip. Like that, you are all of you know what is a signal. Signal in that we are some microcontroller chip. Chip means that it is a micro device in that present transistors. That transistors are made of an flip-flops. That flip-flops are made of AND gate, OR gate. I think all of you know what is an AND gate, OR gate. These are the microcontrollers based system. On the other hand, the system can also controlled manually, in which user has a right to select the target and perform the shooting if necessary. Means that if I have a border, some unmanned is coming and there is some restriction, that time we use that system. And the next is, what are the keywords we are used? The first is a microcontroller, relay, webcam, actuator and stepper motor. What is an microcontroller? I am told that what is a relay? Relay it is a switch. Whenever you are working with a switch, at that time we use a relay. A webcam, all of you know what is a webcam. Actuator, earlier I am told that what is actuator. Stepper motor. Stepper motor means that it is a motor which are controlled by with voltage. If you are giving a voltage, then stepper motor will be controlled. And the next is what is the objective? The aim of this project work is to design the automatic security system to order, detect, track and destroy the target for the surveillance operations. This is the literature survey where I got this idea. First of all, this is the research paper I want to got the idea. Vivek Pass, in that there are some shooting, means that there are some object detection from the MATLAB. And the second is a OHA, it is a vision based navigation mobile robot obstacle. These are the papers present. And the next one, this is the main concept block diagram, how it is a work. In the first is a section is a receiver section, and the next section is a transmitter section. First is a camera, PC and RF transmitter. This is a camera, PC and RF transmitter. And the second is, this is the next, where is the receiver and gun. There is an Atmel microcontroller, relay, RS receiver, power supply. These are the device at present at that position. And there is surveillance position is the transmitter section. All of you know, I think, what is a RF transmitter. RF transmitter is a radio frequency transmitter. Here I am using 2 hertz. All of you, your mobiles also using 2 kilohertz frequency. It can be range. And the next is, this is the image. Here is we use a MATLAB processing here. First is a plain background. There are some human body or anything is occurred at that time. Image subtraction, MATLAB technique we used. First of all, plain background. In that somewhere occurs that immediately it will detect the motion. And the advantage of the more accuracy can be achieved. No need to soldiers or less soldiers required. Reduce human efforts in extreme environment condition like an Siachen. Here we can put it this project can be employed on deploy on the border of like Siachen surveillance. Conclusion: the main advantage of this approach is that it can be shoot static object as well as dynamic object in the nature with more accuracy with a less manpower. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is the reference.
Next last Rudra's service engagement to improve the concept of it. So, Rudra's service recommendation for the presentation.
दिलंच नसेल पण तेव्हाच आपण ड्रायव्हर करा केलं
Just
पहिलेच करून ठेवायचं ना. आता केलंस का? मेल कसं चाललंय ते म्हणून बसायचं का? मॅनेजमेंट डिपार्टमेंटमध्ये कोण केलंय का? म्हणजे मोटिवेशन कमी पडेल का? काय कमी पडेल? दिस इज नॉट गुड ना. कम्प्युटर सायन्स टेक्नॉलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट CFP डिपार्टमेंट
Hello everyone, respected sir, ma'am and colleagues. Myself Rutu Jadhav. I am here to demonstrate the poster presentation on a data visualization using Python. Here, this is the abstract part. The basic of data visualization is a fifth step of data science, which we also known as in a business intelligence, that we can implement our data, metadata or big data in a visualized format. That this is we can also implement this data using the Python script. How we can implement? We can see here. First, in this abstract, we can conclude here that using MATLAB we can achieve same results, but in a Python we can achieve some frequently attracting results using this. And here we have used the Matplotlib and Pandas, two main libraries. These basic libraries are used for data visualization. Pandas is used for to convert any files into a tabular format or in a data frame format. And after that, Matplotlib is a library that provides us to plot our data or a metadata into a scatter plot or a line graph or a pie chart or in a bar chart. After that, we know about some faculty members know about or almost all known about how to install any package or a library in a Python. There is a command, basic command pip install package name. We have to implement in our CMD or command prompt or in a terminal VS Code. Here for without installing any library, we have used Anaconda environment to implement these things. Anaconda environment gives us Jupyter notebook, and here is the basic first program. In this program I have implemented the first I have imported the pandas package as a PD, and after that I have used that pandas package to read my CSV file, and after reading that CSV file I have displayed the first 10 rows in a tabular format. After that, what is Matplotlib? Matplotlib is an easy to use low level data visualization library that is built on a NumPy arrays. It consists of various plots like scatter plot, line plot, histogram, etc. To install this, the below command is used, same command pip install matplotlib. After that, we have to use that matplotlib. So we have imported matplotlib, and in a PL first implementing time we have to import matplotlib.pyplot. What is pyplot? Pyplot is a inbuilt function in a matplotlib package. That function gives us the plotting. This function gives us the plotting diagram for our data. To plotting the diagram, we have used plt.scatter. In a first scatter function, the scatter function gives us scatter plot. The first scatter function, we have to mention the x-axis values as well as y-axis values. First, I have mentioned the x-axis values as a 10, 20, 30, 40, 4 values. After that, the A, B, C, D, 4 string values or character values I have mentioned. And after plt.show, this command, we have implemented the basic scatter plot in our output result. The basic scatter function, the scatter plots are used to observe the relationship between the variables and uses the dots to represent the relationship between them. The basic scatter plot function, here we can also label our x-axis and y-axis as a plt.x label and plt.y label, and after that we have to go through the line chart. Here we have it is used to represent the relationship between two data x and y on a different axis is a plotting. The plot function we have to use here. The first plt.plot. The basic plt.plot gives us the result about the which data we have to pass in a plt.plot. The first data we have passed as a tip as a column first, and second in a plt.plot we have passed size as a y-axis. First we have passed as a x-axis and after that we have passed as a y-axis. Here is the result we have gathered from these two columns. So the third one is a bar plot. The bar chart we have to gain the first for this we have to use the bar function, plt.bar function. Here same we have to mention x-axis value comma y-axis value, and we can give the x label and y label to it. After that histogram, basically the histogram function is there, the plt.hist, and in bracket we have to mention the values that we have to use to display the histogram representation. So we I have used one CSV file for all representation, and here are some benefits that we can use data visualization using Python for various purposes. Using data visualization we can achieve our goals, and that's it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the participants who have participated and presented their posters on this occasion.
Good
something.
evening everyone. अतिशय चांगल्या पद्धतीने 15 लोकांनी प्रेझेंटेशन दिलं. सर्वांना शुभेच्छा. पुढच्या पब्लिकेशन